Hello, everyone. This is Gary Allen in Las Vegas. How are you doing today? I'm excited to be on the Zoom webinar with you, and very shortly, my partner in crime, Kayla Leiblich, will be on with us, and we're going to go over some great information that is going to bless your business and put money in your wallet. And that's what it's all about, being able. There she is, Kayla. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I just want to say again, my name's Gary Allen. I'm a realtor in Las Vegas, and this is Kayla Leiblich, who is a realtor in Fort Collins, Colorado. And we are going to be sharing some great information with you today, some information that's going to put money in your pocket and bring a lot of joy to your life and others. So just to give you a little bit of background about myself, I've been a realtor for 4 years. I come from the insurance industry, from the residual income industry, which I miss. And, real estate's great. You can make a lot of money, but it also your income can go, fluctuate up and down. So we're going to talk about ways that you can level that out and make consistently more real estate commissions and do it in a way that's low cost, easy, and a lot of fun. So Kayla, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing good. You staying busy?
You know it. Absolutely. So, awesome. Yeah. How many people are going today?
I'm sorry?
Oh, nothing. We're good.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
So everyone, just want to touch bases with you. I became a realtor about 4 years ago, and about a year into being a realtor, I went to a conference here in Las Vegas at the Mirage Hotel, and there was a gentleman on stage by the name of Jordan Adler, and I knew who Jordan was. He's very well known in marketing circles. He's written a couple books. One of them is called Beach Money. The other one's called Better Than Beach Money. I would highly recommend those books. And I knew that Jordan represented a company called Send Out Cards, but I never really checked it out. I just, it just wasn't a thing. It wasn't at the top of my mind. So after listening to Jordan that night, I went on to the website, and really my life has been completely different ever since that night, because I saw something that I could use for my real estate business. Because guess what, guys? We are in the people business. I can't stress that enough, and you know that. We are in the cultivating relationship business. And the better that we are at turning strangers into friends and prospects into clients, and probably the most important one, turning clients into raving referral fans, the better we are at real estate, the more transactions we close. So this simple tool of where I can use my phone or I can use my laptop and actually create a physical greeting card that goes through the postal service and lands in someone's mailbox while taking pictures off of Facebook. People post their lives on Facebook. And when you have the ability to go on Facebook and take a picture off the screen or off your phone of the events that are important in these people's lives, your sphere of influence's lives, their new baby, their pet that passed away, their pictures of their Hawaii vacation. People post their lives on Facebook, and it's amazing, but when you take a picture off of Facebook and put it on a paper greeting card that is all done through the laptop or your phone and send that off in a matter of a couple minutes, the impact of that has truly been phenomenal. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how to use this system to love on your sphere of influence. Kayla's going to talk about how to use this system to crush your FSBO and expired market. And between the two sides, guys, we're going to give you a ton of information that is going to really help out your business and put a lot of money in your pocket. So Send Out Cards is a 14-year-old company. Their home office is in Salt Lake City. And they send out about 100,000 cards a day. And it's all created off your phone or your laptop. You're the creator of the card, but they stuff it. They stamp it. They send it off. Maybe they add a gift to it if you choose to. And it's all done very, very seamlessly and very quickly. So any card that I send out today will be printed tonight at midnight, goes out in tomorrow's mail, and my client will receive it a couple days later. So it's just a phenomenal system that I think, I know it's revolutionized my business in many ways. And Kayla has just been absolutely crushing it. And I'm going to let you, Kayla, talk a little bit about how you use this, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the system.
Okay. So I have been using this to crush the expireds, as Gary said. Basically, my whole thing is that this is my form of lead gen now. So what I did was I went to family reunion this year, and I actually started this in November of last year. So we're going on like 6.5 months now. And what I did was I focused my business. And that's something that not a lot of people really even think about. We just have a million irons in the fire. And what I did was I really focused my business. So I figured out, what ways do I like to generate my business? I like expireds because that's like now business. I like open houses because that has provided just a great stream of income for me. And then I like my sphere of influence. And so what I did then, because I'd already been using this system, was I narrowed down how I can use send out cards each day to be able to lead generate. And so I like to cold call and I like to send cards. That's it. And what I do is I just focus it on those 3 areas. So every morning I get up, and now that they've implemented the new system, what I've been doing is I wake up and I send 5 cards of gratitude to my sphere. I'll go through Facebook. I'll spend basically a half hour to an hour going through collecting addresses and updating my database and send out cards, and sending those 5 to 10 cards. Sometimes it ends up being closer to 10. And then what I also do is I work on my expireds. And that's the other thing that's been incredibly fruitful for me. So that's been just like, I think Gary, well, I did the math and it was $66 for every dollar that I've spent is my ROI. And that was as of March 31st. I haven't done it since then. So
amazing.
Yeah, and I did actually have to pause sending cards and prospecting expireds because I was so busy that I couldn't take on more clients. So right now I'm getting to that point where, okay, things are closed. I'm starting to move forward. So it's just been phenomenal. And when you add your phone calls and your prospecting to the card sending, and you just come across as completely different than everyone else, that's where the money is. That's where people are going to pick up your box of brownies or your card and say, oh, I really like this person. We should keep her information. I just had someone the other day, a buyer, call me and say, hey, we'd like to look at this house. I hadn't talked to them in 7 months because they were not ready. They opted out of all of my emails. They basically cut all ties. They never answered my phone calls. So I've been following up with them once a month, but they never called me back. They never answered their phones. And I did send them gratitude cards and just thinking of you cards. And what happened is they called me because I'm not pushy. Now, how many of you would think that comes across as pushy when you're calling someone every month, when they're getting a ton of emails, when you're sending cards? There was another realtor in my area who went to his place of business and asked him if he was ready to buy a house. And didn't care about him or his family or anything. And I found out that they were having a baby when they emailed me. And so, of course, the next thing I'm going to do is go through and find a picture of her pregnant, all belly, and get all the Mother's Day photos and make that card for them so that they know that I'm grateful for them. But they literally called me, and they've had my number for almost a year. And they're finally ready to purchase, and it's going to be a $700,000 purchase.
Wow.
So sending those cards, keeping in touch, having that follow-up system, and having all of that put together and simplifying it so that you're doing tasks that you don't mind or enjoy even, that's where the money is. The fortune is in the follow-up. And I'd say 99% of my follow-up is done through send out cards now. So it's a crazy tool. So Gary, I'll let you start with the sphere part, and then we'll back over.
So Kayla, you hit an important point. The normal way that realtors market themselves is they tend to be Well, I don't know. I think just a little bit too aggressive. They'll call people. They'll email them. I can't believe that the guy stopped by someone's business. That's just mind blowing. But
Yeah.
here's the alternative: sending them a card with a picture that they posted on Facebook of their new puppy or their new car or their vacation that they took or their Mother's Day celebration. Guys, that's such a light touch, and yet it bypasses the brain and goes right to the heart. And it's just a phenomenal tool. If you use this tool consistently, you're going to stay in touch with people in a very loving, friendly way. We have a 100% open rate with send out cards. Okay, so they can't get out of your system, meaning like they can with your emails where they unsubscribe. They can't do that. They'd have to just basically throw your card away, which doesn't happen because the first time they see one of your cards that you put a picture of them with their son that hit his first home run or their dog that passed away, all these different things, you start to realize there's so many ways that you can reach out and touch people in love and kindness and appreciation that you stay top of mind. In fact, it goes from top of mind to top of heart. And once they're a client of yours, actually even before, they'll go to work for you because they think you are so nice and so cool. And you develop a little army of referral agents out there. And what ends up happening is that, you only need 3, 4, 5, 6 of those to make your year when they send you, 2 or 3 referrals a year. And why do they send you referrals? Because they know that you care about them and that you're not pushy. They know that you're going to treat people nicely. It just works, guys. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how I use send out cards. So bear with me here while I share my screen. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to actually send a card to you, Kayla. So I'm going to go into my system. I'm going to customize this card. Now we've got 2 panel cards. We've got 3 panel cards, which is great for listings. We've got a big card, which is 8 by 10. We've got a postcard, and we've got a new card now, which I believe, Kayla, you love, which is basically a flat card. It's a postcard that goes inside an envelope. And we've got a paper type, we've got the base, we've got a satin finish, we've got a pearl finish. So anyway, I'm just going to choose a 2-panel card with a standard finish. I'm going to click next. And this is the front of the card. It says there's always that one moment when the window opens and lets the future in. So I'm going to go ahead and get on the inside, and I'm going to click that, and I'm going to click that for the big picture. I'm going to click that. I'm going to grab that picture. Don't tell people your dreams, show them, which you are doing very well, Kayla. And I'm going to click that and click the background color. And I'm going to go ahead and choose the font. As soon as it lets me choose the font, there it goes. And I'm going to do something like this. I'm going to go ahead and increase the font size and just say, "Hi, Kayla. Thanks for being such a rock star." And then I'm going to go ahead and hit next. And add recipients. I'm going to search for your name in here, Kayla, and click that and hit done, ready to send, and send. Boom. Took less than a minute, maybe a minute and a half, and this will print tonight, and Kayla, you'll get that a couple days from now. Guys, that's how fast it is. It's really fast to be able to do the kind of love and appreciation and sending out kindness to your sphere of influence. And if you do this consistently, lo and behold, you're going to start getting referrals. You're going to stay top of mind, actually top of heart, and it's just going to add money to your pocketbook. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use this, as I've talked about. Celebrate people for their birthdays, their anniversaries, the holidays. Those are the standard things. In fact, you can actually template a couple cards and put people into what we call a campaign and forget about it. So they're going to get a birthday card, an anniversary card. It could be their wedding anniversary. It could be their home purchase anniversary, a holiday card, a New Year's card, a spring is here card. And you can automate all that. And once you put someone into the campaign, they're going to get touched 3, 4, 5, 6 times a year, however you set it up. So that's a great way to handle the routine, the normal events in everyone's lives. But then as you're cruising through your Facebook feed, and I do recommend that you reach out and become Facebook friends with as many people as possible, because it just gives you more ammunition. When you see something that's amazing, but I sent a card to someone here a couple months ago where his son hit his 8-year-old son hit his first home run, and he posted that picture, and I sent that to him, and lo and behold, I ended up getting a referral from him about a month later. So it's very, very easy to use. It's very low cost, which we'll get into here after Kayla talks a little bit more about how she uses this for expireds and FSBOs. Go ahead, Kayla.
Sorry, I mute myself because my dog is a pain in the butt. Okay, so I'm gonna say encourage everyone to in the chat put your questions there so that we make sure that we answer everyone's questions, because we're gonna have a lot here coming up. Yes, we put our branding on the back. That's a tool that you get with any of the subscriptions from Send Out Cards, I believe at this point. And it is super cool. Like it is just amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to walk you guys through the cards that I'm sending now. And it looks like I have one expired to send. So I'm going to send that while we're on here. So I'm going to do my share screen. All right. So here's my MLS. Let me get my freaking where's my mouse? 1 second. It's coming from.
You're fine.
Our agent appreciation thing, and do I not have it? I got it. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, I was in the office this morning, which is weird for me. Okay, so here's my MLS, and I basically have this as a saved search so that I can just open it and check. And so since, let's say, off market expired since last week, and this is going to be pitiful, we've only had one expired listing.
Wow.
And it's a new build. So normally I wouldn't necessarily send these, but new builds can be really, really profitable for agents, especially if you can get on their team. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check right here. There's 2 things that I check. I go in and I check the history. So we're not going to do this today because guess what? It's back active as of yesterday. So that sucks, but that's okay. What I'll do is I'll go to the public records report and I'll pull what the tax billing address is. Oh, I know this guy. Okay, Corey's awesome. So I pull their tax billing address, and that's what I use to send the cards to. What I do with the first picture, I'll open up one of their pictures and I'll either snip it using this tool that we have, so like that, or no.
I'm just seeing your MLS screen there.
Oh, sorry, wasn't okay. Or I'll just look at the photos right there. Can you see the popped up photo?
No.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can change what's sharing. Okay, here's the photo viewer. Can you see the photo of the cooking now? Okay. Yep. So I don't know if this will work or not, but I can snip it and it'll basically, I can save that photo or not. But screen sharing has stopped as the shared window is closed. Okay. I am all over the mess today. It's okay. So what I'll do is I'll go into my card catalog and I'll go to my campaigns. I don't purchase campaigns, although I am debating selling mine that I've created because a lot of you were asking and offering. So here is my campaign. So I'm just going to open this campaign up. This is the 4 cards that go out. And what you can see right here in these little pink boxes, this one goes out immediately. This one goes out in 5 days. This one goes out in 10 days. This one goes out in 15 days. And so basically over the course of 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they're going to get 4 cards from me. And let's click in and see if we can show you guys what they look like. So the front of that one is, I'll just open it up. Nope, edit. I don't want to replace the card. No, 1 second. Nope, my face is in the way. Edit. Okay, there we go. So what I do is I'll come in here and I'll replace that photo with a photo of the house, right? And then right here it just says sold. I wish that was a little bigger, but I think that's something they're working on.
They are.
And then on the interior, here is my new card. And it basically has the sold photo, so I'm still getting that impact. And are you ready to see a sold sign in your front yard? And then it's got my text. So dear first name, and first name gets replaced by whatever their name is as you add it in the address. You know, my name's Kayla Lieblich. I'm a realtor here in Northern Colorado. It appears your home recently came off the market. I was just curious how in the heck your home didn't sell. Please call me about this, as I have a strategy to get your home in front of new people and get it sold for top dollar. Then I have a little blurb about Keller Mortgage, because I'm actually an approved Keller Mortgage agent now. So I can offer them, you know, basically closing costs and a good way to save that money if the buyers need it. So that's basically how we have that set up. And then on the back of the card, and they look squished, but they're not. This is the back of my card. And what I've actually changed it to recently is, let's go to layouts maybe. So this is more close to what it would actually look like. But I added one. Nope. Where is it? Give me my photos.
Probably down at the bottom.
Down at the bottom? Okay.
So.
I don't know if I created it as an actual, no. Basically, it's the same thing as this, but it has a disclaimer stating, you know, if your house is currently listed, please don't, you know, the standard disclaimers that we need. And then you just click update. And that's, well, yeah, so that's my first card in the campaign. We're going to continue. Then we're going to look at this one. Nope, edit. And so here it says, hang in there. And we've got, I like dogs, so I'm partial. And then it says, I have a solution for you. And again, very similar text to what I was using before. And then again, the same back. So nothing super crazy. Continue. And then you go view items. Nope. Edit. Edit. Go away, face. Edit. I'm just going to make it small. Okay. So then the next card that they get says, when life hands you lemons, you turn them into lemonade for your next open house. And again, similar text. Like, it's always got my contact info. And it's always got the same general text. You know, as you can see, I'm eager to help you achieve the goal of selling your house. You need an agent who is focused on you and what you need. This focus is what has made me one of the top 10 agents in my office and highly recommended by my clients. The other thing is that you should notice, this is actually my personal handwriting. So they converted it to a font, which makes it so much more personal. It's just insane. And I've actually gotten comments on that, because I've had a few people think, you know, maybe I had a bunch of these cards printed up and maybe that part is handwritten. And again, same back. So then let's go back and let's look at the fourth one. And this one basically says similar thing, guys. Come on, photo. Give it a second. It's having a moment. There we go. If at first you don't succeed, call me. And then, of course, my phone number and everything. And I made a lot of these graphics in a program called Canva. It's actually a free program. And the only reason that we need them is because if you select one of these layouts and the photo does not fit well, it will crop the photo, which is super unfortunate and really annoying. But for now, the best workaround is to use Canva.
Yeah, that's a bug in the system. They are working on that.
Okay, awesome. So Laura, I'll go back and tell you exactly what days the cards 2, 3, and 4 go out on. But yeah, so here's the interior of the card. Again, same text, you know, marketing and actively searching for your buyer is something I do daily for my clients. Just selling yourself a little bit. This one's a little too stretched out, but that's basically what it looks like. And so that's the 4 cards. And what you can see here, they go out every 5 days. So the first one is immediate, and then 5 days later, 10 days later, and 15 days later. So that's how often they're going out. So let's look at how easy it is to send a card. So I'm going to start at the beginning. I go to my campaigns. I go to my campaigns that I've made. I open the campaign. I click send order. I select everything. And then I create. And what I've been doing is I've actually been doing this individually for each house because they have a glitch in the system that they're working on where you can't change the front photo without it changing it for every single one that you send in that group. So, you know, I'll go in and I'll just click this. I'll click edit. I'll replace the photo, update. Now I'm not changing the entire campaign, so it's a lot more reasonable. Say it's a $1 million client. This is a question I get often. Send Out Cards has gifts, you guys. Gifts. You can send crazy awesome gifts to your clients. And so one thing that I like to do is, you know, if someone's letting me host an open house, I'll send them a popcorn night or a movie night or something like that. If it's $1 million listing and I want them to open my card and really look at my package, what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in brownies, and then I'm going to find these brownies, and I'm going to send them usually a 2-pack. If it's over $1 million, I'll do a 4-pack. If it's, you know, and it doesn't have to be $1 million listing. It could be a $600,000 listing that you really want in a great area. I have literally had these brownies land me listings. For example, back in March, I had a couple call me and they went, "Hey, we just got we got your brownies back in November." So this is off of when I first started sending them. They're calling me 4 months later in March. "We got your cards and brownies back in November, and our situation's changed and we're thinking about selling again. When can you come over and list our house?" Do you know how easy of a sell that was? They signed within 20 minutes, which is the fastest presentation I've ever done, and it's a $650,000 listing.
Well, how much was it?
$650,000.
Wow. Hey, you have mentioned that since using Send Out Cards, before Send Out Cards, your average price was about $250, $300. What is your average price now?
So what's been absolutely crazy and uncalled for and just unexpected, the brownies go out with, Kelly, the brownies go out with the first card so that you make a great point. I send them with the first card. Gary says you can do it whenever. But my average price point before I started using Send Out Cards was about $300,000.
Wow.
And so let me do a little bit of math here. My goal this year is to do $20 million in volume. And at 300,000, that's about 66 deals. That's a lot of work. I don't know about you guys, but that's a lot of work. So let's redo the 20 million. And my average price point now is about 475, 500. It might be a little higher actually. That's 40 deals. So I'm saving myself the hassle of 26 deals just by sending out marketing that people with quality homes who take care of their homes and who need to sell, those are the people who are responding to this the best, especially when you send the brownies. They are just, they can really appreciate a higher level of marketing. And I'll tell you right now, no one else is doing this in your area.
Yeah. What was your last year? What did you do last year?
Total volume, I did 15 transactions and like $6 million in sales. I should know that number, but I don't.
Tripling your production, and you are probably a third of the way there or half of the way there now, aren't you?
So right now I have 5 that are closed, which is a little bit lower than I would prefer, but we got a slow start to the year as far as getting everyone on the market. We have 5 pending, 3 of which will close in the next week, 2 weeks. And we have 2 active listings, 5 coming soon listings, so that's 7. And then I have 8 buyers that I'm working with. So
and out of all those people, how many came from send out cards?
So 25, I have 25 deals going right now. And I would say at least 200,000 of that came from send out cards.
So I'm a little bit confused by that number. You said 200,000. Out of all those 25 deals, how many of those deals came from send out cards?
Oh, $200,000 worth of commission.
Ah, okay, that number makes sense.
Coming from send out cards. I don't know exactly how many it is. Probably like almost half.
Amazing, love it.
Yeah. And so this, I'll kind of finish up walking you through this here. So here's, the campaign. The brownies, it depends on what account you have with send out cards. I believe they are like
about $4 or $5 depending on what account you have.
Yep. Plus shipping. So just keep that in mind. You can add your recipients. So this is where you toggle between your groups and your contacts. So I'll just select, my expireds that are not yet started on a campaign, which there's nothing in there yet or right now. There shouldn't be. And oh, that's good. They should be all moved over, but then I can click ready to send, and it's going to break down exactly what this is going to cost me. Now, this has me sending brownies to like 10 different people, so it's going to be expensive, but super solid, easy to use system. Now, another way that I'm using this that, I told you I really love my open houses. One thing that I haven't hosted an open house in a while because I've been a little too busy and needed my weekends. But I haven't hosted, like when I do host them, I'll design an invitation as a flat card and send those out to 100 people that are super close. And then what happens when someone attends my open house? I come here and I start them on this campaign. So it's just 3 cards, but it's spread out over 6 weeks, 7 weeks. And I'll probably add more as I keep going, but really it's just 3 cards, super simple. And what I do is I make this card, this is the first one is the special one. And it just says, thank you. And then on the inside, thank you for touring this home during my open house. To see it again, please visit. And then the single property website that I have set up for it, which is a phenomenal value. To land your listings, or call my number to set up a private tour. And then just something thanking them for their time and effort and coming to the open house. And then of course the same back, which I need to change that one so that it's sideways, but that's okay. And then they get 2 more cards from me over the course of that. And if it's, this is a $700,000 listing, I'll send them. And this is the one where they called me about the brownies. I will send them brownies with the card as a thank you, because the people who gave me their information and gave me their address deserve that.
Kayla, you had an open house here recently where you got the listing from a card, plus you had, I think, 30 people show up. And tell us a little bit about that and how you use send out cards to and what actually ended up happening from all that.
So this is actually the listing that I got from them, from send out cards. Nice. And it's a $650,000 listing. I think it was somewhere between 30 and 40 people come through my listing during the open house. And then from that, I got, I believe it was 10 different sets of contact information for people who are looking to buy, sell, or invest. And so these are all people who gave me their information, who asked me to reach back out to them, and who gave me their address. And that's 10 freaking people. That's insane. And, it's funny because a couple of them had seen one of my other listings that had also just sold in the $700,000 price range. So they're familiar, they know that I'm familiar with this price point and this whole area. And so what's been great about it is, let's do the math here. You've got let's call it a $600,000 listing and be modest, right? We've got that listing, plus we've got 10 potential people. That's $6 million worth of volume. And not one of them has asked me about the price of my commission. So that's $180,000 from one set of send out cards, which cost me $10 because I included brownies, and from it was 2 afternoons, totaling 6 hours, 4 hours of the open house, hosting it and having invited people, having strong marketing around that open house. And one thing that I do is I will definitely make sure, make sure that I use a flat card to invite targeted people to my open houses, or let them know that it's a just listed or just sold. So you, in the 147 plan on send out cards, you get 110 free cards per month. I'm planning on using those every single month because you'd be stupid not to, just being honest. But 110 free group sends, and I'm using them for farming in my neighborhood. I'm using them for just listeds, just solds, track records of success with potential clients, and open house invitations. So what better way to send an invitation than just going in here and finding an invitation in the catalog, putting the house there. Like they have some good options in here. You just have to be a little picky with what you're like. See, you're invited. Change that to a house and it'll be fucking perfect. Sorry, I need to stop cursing. I actually got yelled at the other day, but the guy deserved it, so it was all right. But anyways, yeah, so like you can just do some super cool things with that. As far as billing goes, I am not very happy with how they're doing the billing anymore, because now I have to like plan for every card that gets sent out. My thought process is create a second, like open up a bank account, checking account, whatever, have it linked to your send out cards, and then every time that you place an order, for the entire order, put that money in that account so that you don't have to keep track of everything and you don't accidentally overdraft your account. Just transfer it and then send your cards, especially if you're doing a lot of campaigns. I've spoken with customer service quite a few times about that, so I think that they might be potentially, I think they're waiting until they get a ton of people who've overdrafted their accounts and start complaining to get that initiated, where they can go back, where you can maybe choose, yes, I want to be billed now, or yes, bill me as each card goes out, because they have the capabilities for both. So hopefully they will figure that out, because I don't want to hire an accountant for this. But
there's also programs out there. I use TaxBot that every time a charge hits my system, I get an email, and then I'm able to actually put it in my tax accounting system. So there are apps out there that can track that, and you know, for tax purposes and such.
Well, for tax purposes, yes, but like when you get billed for each different card going out separately, when it's on a campaign, you get billed every week for a certain number of weeks. It's a lot easier to just have that second account.
Yeah.
Where you just pay for everything up front by putting the money in there, and then you don't have to think about when it's going to hit your account, because that's just a disaster for overdrafting.
Let me answer this question from Melissa. Melissa, you're asking, when are we billed for these? So I don't want to get too far in the weeds here, but we have an older system that if you signed up prior to April 10th or so, you might be on the old system where they bill you all at once for your campaign. The new system bills as they are sent out. So it really depends on what system you're in. If you've signed up after April 10th, they're billed as the cards are sent out. If you signed up prior to April 10th and haven't upgraded to the new system, then they will bill you as you create the campaign. So if you send out 6 cards over 6 months, they charge you all at once on the old system. So you just have to touch bases with the person that sponsored you or customer service to finalize that. You're welcome.
Yep, absolutely. What other questions do you guys have for us at this point?
We'll go ahead and let you type those in. I'm going to go ahead and take control of the screen, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how the billing works. And bear with me here while I get this set up, hopefully. Okay, so guys, we're on a new program, as I mentioned, from April 10th, and I love it because I've been using the crap out of it. Yesterday, I sent 150 cards. The day before, I sent out about 200 cards. So, and they are all, well, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So we have four plans. The first one is a basic plan that really I don't think is appropriate for a business owner. It's good for grandma to be able to send out a couple cards a month, and that's our basic plan. It's basically a pay-as-you-go. You will pay a higher price point per card. On the basic plan, you'll pay $2.75 plus the stamp. So it ends up being about $3.25 to send out a card on the basic plan. Like I say, this is good for someone that just wants to stay in touch with friends and family, send out a couple cards a month. Really not appropriate, I think, for a realtor or a business owner. The enhanced program is $17 a month. Now, be aware, the $17 a month is really an entrance fee. That allows you to pay a lower price point for the cards. The cards are $2.25 plus the stamp, and you get more other features, like you get a 15% discount on gifts. You get the unlimited relationship manager. You have access to all the cards, enhanced storage. You have access to campaigns. So that's better than the basic, but I really think that the way you ought to look at it is looking at either the premium or the enterprise program. Guys, this is a brand new program. The premium and enterprise program, I think, are phenomenal. So the premium program for $97 a month, there will be a couple dollars on there for tax, gives you unlimited single card sends, including the postage. So you can create one card and send it to one person, and you can do that 10 times in the morning and 10 times in the evening. That's 20 cards times 30 days. You could send out 600 cards, including postage, and it would cost you $97 plus tax. I think that is a phenomenal value. And I signed up someone today with the enterprise program. I signed up someone yesterday on the premium program. This is a great program because it just gives you great value. The premium program, if you send out a campaign card like Kayla does with FSBOs and expireds, those are not in the free program. Those are $1.75 plus 50-cent stamp. So the cards are $2.25 to send out through the campaign program. So you get a 30% discount on gifts, includes all the different types of cards, and I can't take that phone call. And then gives you loyalty rewards, which is 10 group send cards per month that roll over for 12 months. Guys, that's a great plan, but this is the plan that I choose. I think this is the best plan for realtors. It's the enterprise program. It's $147 per month plus tax, and with that, you get unlimited single cards, including postage. When you send out the campaign cards, they're $1.75 plus postage, so $2.25 total. Get a 30% discount on gifts. All the different card types are included. Plus, you get 100 free cards in a group send. So that is one card that's created and sent out to 100 people, or 4 cards sent out to 25 people. However you want to do it. Those are included in the $147 a month. So this is great for a farm. If you have a farm that you want to send out a card a month to, then you can use this program and just pay the basic enterprise monthly subscription rate, and you get unlimited single cards plus 100 group send cards each month, plus the loyalty rewards, which are an additional 10 group sends that roll over for 12 months. So there are a couple other options that you can get into. Let me go ahead and talk about that now that this is the time. I've actually figured out a little bit more on how to maneuver in this system. So outside of the subscription, once you get the subscription set up, then you can do a couple of things. You can add on a couple add-on features. The Essentials pack is basically the first impressions card and the handwriting. So you see the first impressions card is a $99 cost. The handwriting is $49. If you get the Essentials pack, you get both for $99. So the first impressions card is the campaign that's set up, ready to go. You might want to tweak it a little bit, put your branding on the back, maybe change some words, but there's 3 cards in the first impression card, either in a satin white or a satin black. One of them is a "It was great to meet you" card. Another one is "Thank you for your business" card. The third one is "Let's celebrate new possibilities" card. This is on a thicker cardstock. It's a little bit of an upscale feel to it, and it's got a satin white or a satin black finish. So that is a campaign that's about 90% ready to go. And if you tweak it a little bit, then you can just create cards and start sending them out like crazy. The handwriting font and signature package, this is the form that you'll print out and you write in your ABCs, your 1, 2, 3s, your different punctuation in your handwriting. And then down at the bottom of that page is 4 boxes that you can put different signatures in the system. So it could be your first name printed. The second box could be your legal name printed. Then you could have your first name in cursive and your legal name in cursive. Or you could have, if you have a family, you can have your husband and wife and children, put all their signatures in for like a family card. So once that form is filled out with your handwriting and your signatures, you send that into the home office, and about a week later, now you have a new font in your system that's your handwriting. So when you're using your phone or your computer, you can actually have it go out in your handwriting. I think that is super cool. Okay, so those are options that once you get your subscription set up, you can go into your account button, click on your subscriptions, and you can add any of these packages here. The next thing that we're going to talk about is the campaign store. Guys, we've got some campaigns here for realtors, for insurance agents, for automobile shops, for inside sales, all these different types. We've got about 20 different categories where we've created the campaigns for you. And, you know, depending on how many touches are in the campaign, they're anywhere from $100 to $200 or so. I don't know the exact prices. It's sitting there gathering campaigns, so I'm not quite sure what the delay is. But anyway, there are campaigns that you can purchase that have a birthday card, a holiday card, a anniversary card, a spring is here card, touches that are already ready to go. So you don't have to spend the brain power and the thoughts. You can just tweak them a little bit and they are set up and ready to go for you. The last thing, and I still haven't figured out where that's at, is that you can choose to be a referral partner. Like Kayla and myself, we saw that if we love this and we started sharing this with other people, other realtors in the office, lo and behold, they love it too. And Kayla and I have created a nice little residual income that, it pays for my car payment and quite a few other things. Kayla, it subsidizes your cost about, I don't know, I think you're putting in, I think at the end of March, you put in about $5,000 into your marketing that brought you in a couple $100,000 of commissions, but you've made about $3,500 by sharing this with other realtors and other business owners. So you've in essence subsidized your marketing, and yep. Lo and behold, this is going to continue to grow because, I sponsored Kayla, and Kayla sponsored a bunch of people, and they've sponsored some people, and it just kind of spiders out, and it just grows and grows and grows. So if you want to be a referral partner with us, it's $59 a year. Here's the thing. It's not that scary. All you need to do is get people on this webinar and let us do the heavy lifting for you, and then we get them back in front of you to get them signed up, and we'll help you to train them and duplicate yourself. And lo and behold, without distracting from your real estate, you can build a second income that's residual, and you build up something called mailbox money or beach money, which I'm a big fan of. So those are the different ways that you can use this. You don't have to be a referral partner. You can just use this as a customer and crush your real estate market. But there's just a lot of different ways that you can send out cards, not only for your real estate business, but if you want to subsidize it or grow a second income, then you can definitely do so. So we're more than happy to help you. So at this point, I'm going to talk about going on our website. If Kayla invited you to this seminar, to this webinar, go to her website and create a free account and send a card to someone for free. It could be a friend, a loved one, a client. You could even send it to yourself. But we want you to use the system to see how fast it is, how fun it is, how easy it is to use. So if Kayla invited you to this webinar, go to www.sendoutcards.com/216581. If I invited you to this webinar, then please go to my website, which is sendoutcards.com/go mobile. If someone else has invited you to this webinar, you want to get back together with them and ask for their website, go on their website, sign up for the free account, send a free card to someone, and see how cool this system is. And I think you'll be a fan. This system has revolutionized my real estate business. Guys, I'm in a business where I'm looking to build up an organization. Kayla, you're in the same way. How do you think this would affect your ability to grow your organization, right? By meeting a realtor and staying in touch with them with a heartfelt card once every month or so. I mean, it's phenomenal.
Sorry, Gary. There are just so many ways to use this. So, like, for example, I'm a Keller Williams agent. I went to family reunion. One of the things that I did, I took all of the cards from people that I really enjoyed meeting at family reunion, and I put them on a 12-month campaign, basically with all of the cards. So basically they get a card from me every, I think it's 6 weeks, reminding them where I work, reminding them what my face looks like, just as a great way to really connect with other agents. And so that's one thing that I've been doing. And then also, you know, the reason I did it for 12 months was because then I can just restart the campaign for that entire group every year. And basically all I have to do is add the new people and then start the campaign after family reunion. So it is just fantastic. Melissa, the campaign is not a group send. A group send is is to 2 or more people that goes out immediately. So the campaign does not count as a group send. Unfortunately, I feel like that might be changed here in the near future because they're revising a few things. But, you know, I have the enhanced plan, or it's the enterprise plan, I think.
Yep.
I have the enterprise because, you know, I did the math, and if you do what I do, I send 5 cards per day to my sphere. 5 cards per day to my sphere, or anyone, you know, that I know that just deserves a card. Even my 2 and 3-year-old nieces, I send 5 cards per day that are free on the enterprise plan. And then I have my 110 free cards. So that ends up being 260 cards per month, plus I can send as many more as I want through the free version and my campaigns, but the cost is the postage and then the plan. So that's $202. And if you really put that into simple math, and all you do is 5 cards a day and your 110 free cards through the group sends, and the loyalty cards, then it's $1.29 per card. And
including
so what?
Including postage?
Including postage.
Which is incredible.
And so, yeah, it's definitely crazy because you can't even buy a card for that at the store, let alone one that's got their pictures on it, that has your handwriting in it, and that you don't actually have to spend 20 minutes finding and then fixing or writing and then dropping off at the post office or whatever, getting postage, all of that. It's handled for you.
Let's talk a little bit about that. Imagine that you just closed a home and you go down to Hallmark and you're going up and down the aisles and you look over and you see a card and you kind of like take a second look at it because it looks like there's a picture of the home that you just sold. I mean, that's pretty crazy. So you go and grab it off the shelf and you open it up and there's a picture of your clients on the inside of that card. And it says, thank you so much for, you know, trusting me with your business. Honestly, I think you would pay $20 for that card to send it out to them because it's so personalized. Guys, we can do that for, in Kayla's example, you know, $1.30 including postage. It's just a crazy, crazy business concept. And if you use this consistently, and that's the key, use this every day to love on your network, to go after your farm, to go after FSBOs and expireds, this is going to revolutionize your business. Do we have any questions that we need to answer?
I think we're doing pretty good right now. Get your questions into the chat or the Q&A, guys. We'd love to answer everything for you. one thing that I will say is you have to be consistent. This is not something you can do once in a while and hope for the best. You have to be consistent at it. So it has to be daily. Non-owner occupied homes. Yes, Kelly, I thought I responded in the chat, but I might not have done that. Yeah, I don't care where the owners live. They own a home and they might be interested in selling. So yes, I will send those out. I just make sure that I check the tax records for the correct address and match that to the picture of the house that I'm trying to use, or trying to get their business on. So I will absolutely do that. Estates, this is actually a really good way to reach out to people who have, who might have lost someone, because you can do it in a non-tacky, hey, I didn't know someone passed kind of way. They're just I've had a couple people come to me and they're doing that successfully. You know, you can renters, you can send out to renters and try to find buyers. Like, you don't have to just prospect for sellers. This is just such a cool tool to automate all of your marketing and make it so crazy personal. So that's what I would, you know, personally for me, you just have to be consistent with it. Like, you have to do it every single day, no exceptions. Well, I guess weekends are exceptions, but you have to do them every single business day that you're working. And you can't give up after 5 days because your cards haven't even really reached people yet. I started seeing results. This is a good point to make. I started sending cards consistently on November 1st. My goal was to give it a 30-day trial. 30 days, every FSBO, expired and withdrawn that hit my desk, they got my campaign. I started seeing results around the second and third card. So we're talking 2 to 3 weeks into that. So 21 to almost 30 days is when I started seeing the bulk of my phone calls coming in asking me to come list their homes. So that is definitely something that's super important. It's important in any aspect of our business, is just being consistent and time block it. I actually posted my schedule in the real estate resource page so that you guys can see what my ideal day looks like. It involves the gym. It involves sending my 5 cards. It involves prospecting for expireds and withdrawns. It's all in there. And so that's definitely something that's super important. Who else can you use this for? You can use it for your agents. One thing that's really increased my business and the ease of my deals is every time that someone submits an offer on one of my listings, if it's accepted, they get brownies, and I send them a thank you, congratulations card, can't wait to get through this with you. If it's not accepted, it's a thank you so much for your time, we really appreciate it and can't wait to receive your next offer. That sort of thing. So showing gratitude in all aspects, because those cards can be free. You don't have to add them to a campaign for that. Those are just the free cards. So you can really, this business in real estate as a whole and in send out cards is what you make of it. So if I'm not sending those 150 free cards by sending 5 cards every day, my cost per card is going to go up. It's still going to be a hell of a lot less than I would ever expect it to be if I was doing it by hand, but it's going to go up. So you really have to set up a plan and stick to it. And that's what we're here to help you do. Thoughts, questions? Sorry, I went on a rant there.
You know, here's the thing. Here's the way to look at it. Once a day, 1 card a day, 20, 30 times a week. Send out a card. If you're with Coldwell Banker, send out a card to a Coldwell Banker agent in another city and just develop a relationship with them so that you can start to refer business to each other. That's just a way that you'll probably get a couple deals a year just by doing that. Just creating relationships. We're in the relationship building business, and that means not only with prospects and clients, but with other realtors. And agent attraction, you know, if you're in a company like KW or EXP or other types of companies, you know, reaching out in love and kindness and staying in touch, staying top of mind with other realtors, because, you know, I kind of compare it to a clock. Some people are at 1 o'clock, some people are at 4 o'clock, some people are at 10 o'clock, but some people are at 12 o'clock. And those are the people that are ready. And it's just a matter of waiting for that clock to turn to where they're thinking about making a change. And if you don't stay in touch with them, they're not going to think of you. But if you do stay in touch with them, you at least got a shot to bring them over to your business.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's just crazy. So Melissa, the 100 group free sends, they don't have to be sent all in one group, and they do not roll over. The 100 free is a use it or lose it type of thing. So what I recommend is, if you don't have an open house or something like that, send it to your 100 closest neighbors. Start farming them every other month so that you actually, or even every month, just so that you have a reason to use those group sends. Make the most of your campaigns and what you've got. And then, yeah, the group sends, you could send 100 out to your farm. You could send 10 out as an invite to a broker open. You could send another 10 out as a thank you for attending your birthday party. You could send another 15 out to something else. You have 100 to use as you see fit. It just has to be to one or more, well, 2 people or more, up to 100. And it has to go out immediately. So you cannot schedule it to go out later. That's the big thing, is more than one person has to go out immediately, and that will count as your free group sends. I don't keep track of my cards anywhere else other than Send Out Cards. They have a really great tracking system, so I can see exactly what's going on. It's definitely a great way to go. And then if you're interested, send me a PM if you're signing up under Gary. Send me a PM. I might be selling my expired campaign from here on out. I've gotten probably 24 requests for it in the last couple weeks, and as a bonus to signing up under me, I provide it to my downline. But if someone else wants it, I don't want to keep everyone from succeeding. So might just start selling it because y'all want it. So
yeah, sounds great, Kayla. I had something that flitted through my head here, and it just flitted back out again. But definitely go on our website, or to the person that invited you to this webinar's website, send out a free card, see how easy and fun it is to use. Oh, I remember now. So there's really 3 different ways, and then we'll wrap up after this.
Okay.
The enterprise program, you can send out a card to one person. We call that a free card. Technically, it's not free. It's under the subscription, but it's a free card. You can send out 1 a month or 1,000 a month. As long as it's to one person sent immediately, then it's a free card. Then there's the group send cards that on the enterprise program, you get 100 and then 10 bonus. So basically 110 group sends per month. That is a card that goes out to 2 or more people immediately. And then we have the campaigns, and the campaigns are going to cost $2.25 per card. Basically, with the enterprise program, you're trading time for money. If you want to send out individual cards to 1,000 people a month, you can do that. It's not going to cost you anything. But if you want to automate it and use the campaign function, then that is a little bit more expensive of a card. And time equals money. So those are the 3 ways. The immediate send to one person is a free card. The immediate send to 2 or more people is a group card. And then the campaign card is something that is scheduled, that could be a birthday, or the 4-card campaign for a FSBO or expired.
Right. Okay, just a couple of quick questions that we got. So I don't use IMAP. I don't even know what that is, Melissa, but to get my addresses, don't ever pay for addresses. It's ridiculous, especially if you're doing like a perimeter search. What I do is I'll call my local title company. We have about 5 that I talk to all of them and give my business to them all equally. But I call them and I say, hey, I've got a new listing. Here's the address. Can you please pull the closest 200 addresses nearby that have, lived in their homes for X number of years or whatever. Like, I give them a parameter. So I guess a good parameter for my the invitations that I sent out for the listing that I showed you guys earlier, that one, the parameters were they've lived in their house for more than 4 years. They live in northern Colorado. Their last home purchase was at least $500,000. That's basically it. That narrows it down to few thousand people. And from there, I just do perimeter. So something really close to that particular area, or people who are close to lakes. That really, really helps narrow that down so that I'm actually getting quality people who are thinking about selling their homes. And I just send those parameters to my title company, and they email me a list like within a day or two. It's insane. So it's super cool. And they do it for free because they want us to bring them their business. And then yes, the group sends, you do have to pay for postage. So it is $50 if you use all 100. I did factor that into my $1.29, the $55 for using the 110 cards. So yeah, any other final questions before we jump off of here? Again, yeah, title companies are your best friends. They will help you with pretty much everything, especially regarding addresses. And I'm very close with all of my title reps. Let's see.
I had a listing that I had here last year that I got a list of 100 neighbors, and I sent out a 3-panel card with the front of the home spanned across the entire 3 inside panels. And I sent the card as if it was coming from the owner of the home, just asking neighbors for their help. You know, we're moving. If you know of someone that would like to move into our lovely neighborhood, would you please have them contact our agent? And lo and behold, I got a client that I got a $19,000 commission from doing that. It was a $200 campaign. It brought me $19,000. That's not too shabby.
Yeah. No, and like I said, my ROI, as I calculated it at the end of March, was $66 for every single dollar spent. And that includes using Send Out Cards as its own business and the revenue that it brought in. But guys, this is a great tool for real estate. I have so many listings. Like I have 6 coming soon listings. Do you know what that's like at team meeting when you stand up and you go, hey guys, all right, I've got 6 here. I literally did this the other day and I had 7 at the time, but one of them went pending. I was like, guys, I've got 6, wait, no, 7 listings. Here's the rundown. And I literally just listed them off. And for some reason, now I'm one of the top 4 single agents in my office. That wasn't me last year. Last year I was in the top 20, top 15, but now I'm top 4. And I have 3 closing next week. So like, right? Like high five. So awesome. So, and it's just going to keep getting better. So,
yeah,
you know, love on your sphere, love on your people. Use it to prospect the hell out of these sellers, guys. It's so easy. Just make sure that you do that. I think we're good.
Yep.
Any questions?
Last question. No, that's a thank you. Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you guys for attending, and we'll chat with you guys soon. Have a good day.
Send a card, someone.
Yeah, go send cards off of our accounts. It'll be fun. I promise.
Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks, Kayla.
Bye, Gary.